If you could describe to us what you see in the offing, that would be very helpful.
Yeah, so we've all heard about the great wealth transfer, where the boomers have created the most wealth in history, and the gentlemen are beginning to hit 79, 80. What happens when you hit 79 or 80 is you begin to die, and the money then goes, most folks talk about, to the next generation. But in fact, because women live 6 to 8 years longer than men, because half of marriages end in divorce, a lot of that money, and we can debate, is it $40 trillion, is it $20 trillion? Some people say $80 trillion, but it is a boatload of money is going to the spouses. And so what we are seeing, beginning, is what we call the feminization of wealth, where women are on their way to having the majority of wealth in this country, and very importantly, deal with and invest their wealth differently than men do.
So what does that mean for the investing landscape? Because you hear all the time in these sorts of conversations that women tend to be more risk averse when they invest.
It's their fault. It's their fault. They're so risk averse. They're not good at math. They need more financial education. They don't like to trade. It's their fault, right? This would be sarcasm because none of that is true.
Right.
And what we find at Ellevest is it's not that women are risk averse. It's that they're not buying what the industry is selling. That when that money comes into their hands, they typically leave their joint financial advisor, the one they had with their husband, at a rate of what can be 80 to 90% over the next year.
Amazing.
Only about a third of them, our research shows, know what to do, so they tend to put it in the bank. And so it's not something inherently wrong with women. It is the fact that the industry has been very male-dominated, and it is the fact that media has given women messages about the scarcity of wealth, about how they're buying too many lattes, about how they're having too many facials, and so women tend to retreat.
That point on the industry, I think, is really interesting and important here, because for all the amount of kind of, talk that the banks have had about more women in the workplace and serving more women as clients, you still see almost every major bank still has their head of wealth management as a man. And so do you believe that the workforce is broadening at this point?
Well, and there has been some progress made, and let's be very clear about that. But particularly amongst financial advisors, it's still 80+% men. And there's a lot of energy around it, but inertia is a very powerful force. If you are making a boku of money serving mostly white, middle-aged white men, why would you change? Why would you disrupt your business to make it different in order to serve women if they happen to be looking for different things? That's why instead of starting an Ellevest within a company, we started it from scratch.
I had a great talk with a venture capitalist friend of mine over the weekend, Jessie Draper, and she mentioned that female founders still only get 2% of venture capital, and that's a number that I heard 10 years ago. When is that going to start to change?
Well, why does it have to change? First of all, Jessie's terrific, and they are an investor in Ellevest, and it's 2% for CEOs overall. Within fintech, it's something like $1 in every $10,000 women CEOs get. They get very few of them. When is it going to change? Does it have to change? Does it have to change? Just because it feels like that's unfair, it should change. When, venture funds are making a lot of money, there's innovation, why does it have to change? Now, where we see it changing is in the early stage, the seed, the Series A. You have wealthy women who are saying, I'm going to use this wealth that I've just received, and I'm going to invest in other women. So that's where the change is starting.
I do want to talk about how Ellevest fits into this coming wealth transfer. Of course, when you think about what your platform is built to be, being a part of helping women invest, how do you build a business around that to actually capture and help accelerate that?
So we help women invest from their first dollar through a digital offering, the only one that takes gender into account, which matters if you're a woman and you earn less and you take more career breaks and your salary peaks sooner and you live longer. It matters, through to financial guidance and through to private wealth. And so we have clients who have everything from a few dollars with us to multiple tens of millions, serving them with financial advisors like the other wealth management businesses there. We find women tend to be particularly interested. I know that, ESG is a bad word now, but women are like, no, I understand that every dollar I invest has an impact, and I want to know what that impact is. And whether you call it ESG, whether you call it impact investing, whatever you call it, I want to know the impact my money is having, and I want to make a positive impact.
Sallie, what is the biggest question you get from women who are looking to stop putting their money in the bank and start putting their money to work?
where should I start? You know, how much should I start with? We also see from a lot of women sometimes guilt about it, guilt about leaving an existing financial advisor. We say the fine financial advisor. If someone says they've been fined for years, that, you know, they lost me a few $100,000 by overtrading, but I don't want to hurt their feelings. And so because women have been socialized to take care of everyone else, we sometimes see they're reluctant to leave others. But then it's, how much do I need to know? My friend Reshma Sojani says that boys were taught to be brave and girls were taught to be perfect. And so what we see among women is, do I have to know this entire encyclopedia of investing terms before I start, or can I start by only knowing half of the investing terms? And so learning that you're not going to know it all, finding someone you trust, you know, and beginning that journey of investing is the key.
It reminds me, of course, of imposter syndrome, and that's a whole different conversation. But before we let you go, I do want to talk a little bit about generational divides as well, because you mentioned financial advisors, of course, and I'm wondering for younger investors, maybe investors and particularly women investors who are starting their investing journey, are financial advisors still relevant?
Financial advice is still relevant. Finfluencers are scary because they are incredibly entertaining to watch, but those who are most entertaining, I think I saw research, are the most likely to underperform. And so they're sort of driving an active management, cutesy, funsy sort of thing, which worries me. You know, the key is, look, get started early, a bit out of every paycheck, a diversified investment portfolio, don't try to actively trade. You know, but time, as I don't have to tell y'all, because of the power of compounding, time is your friend. So it's never too early, but it's also never too late. You know, for those women we see who are in their 40s, 50s, oh my gosh, you know, I didn't get started in time. It's time to start now.